The Coaches Show is brought to you by Highway 55, Burgers, Shakes, and Fries. The Professional Fence Company. Our name says it all. No job too big or too small. Nunboys.com. And GPS Photography and Video, GPSPhotoandVideo.com. Welcome back to the Coaches Show, and Coach Hal had to dip out the choir service. I still don't know if he can sing.
I'll be interested to see if he can.
You know, I should have had him put him on live and had him sing a couple of bars. Purnell Swett, Coach, the Rams, 1-8 on the season. They had a win against South Robertson. Interesting, they played New Hanover also. What's the scouting report on these guys?
You know, Purnell Swett is a typical Purnell Swett team. Big, physical. Team speed's not very good. They've got some good speed in spots. But, you know, they're much more of a smash mouth oriented football team, and they've got the personnel to be that way. And, you know, it's an interesting matchup. We feel like our team speed's a little bit better, but we also understand and have really continued to stress this to our players. We have to play well.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to take the improvements that we made this past week, you know, as far as not turning the ball over, or you know, if we do, we got to come away 0 or plus in the, you know, turnover margin. But we got to play well. We got to play well, and you know, we got to work on getting this win.
What kind of defense do they play?
They are a 3-4 defense, multiple 50 look, very similar to what we're doing. Offensively, they are spread oriented. They will do some two-back stuff. We'll line up in the eye. So their multiplicity in that regard is, it's a little bit more diverse because they do some two-back eye stuff than what we do, but it's not as diverse as far as what they do out of it.
Now they're under a new coaching staff as well,
yes,
correct?
They are.
What do you know about this coach?
You know, Coach Thompson was he was the offensive coordinator at Douglasburg last year for Coach Barber. Prior to that, I don't know where he was.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Met him at the you know, coaches thing at the beginning of the year, and I'm confident he knew what he was getting into, and you know, so he's got a tough battle, but you know, they're working just like we are, and I'm confident that they're working this week as hard as they possibly can to hopefully stay out of the basement.
I hear you.
That's what this battle's about.
No kidding. It's going to be a battle as we roll down there. When you look at the film on them, what players do they have to jump out? Do they have any big-time playmakers, or they
they got a
senior-oriented team mostly, or they're typically
they do have a high volume of seniors. You know, Coach Deese has talked about the experience level of some of their seniors being very similar to ours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their backs are impressive. They have a back that also plays linebacker. You see a lot more him in their two-back stuff. You know, they can throw a lot of different personnel at you, and
different packages,
and you know, they're trying to find their chemistry and get in their groove the same as we are, and so it'll be interesting to see who gets in the best groove on Friday night.
Definitely. JV game tomorrow night looks like it's heavy. It's raining really bad outside right now, but I think we're going to get it in. It's supposed to lighten up as well as the East Hope West game tomorrow as well. Coach, today is your birthday, so happy birthday to you. We definitely won't miss that. So, Dad, is that something special that goes into this week?
No, actually,
yeah, well, last year
I about successfully made it through the day without anybody knowing.
Everybody knows. I didn't know until you got a call recently on the break. So, hey, we got to bring up a happy birthday to you. Everyone deserves to have a happy birthday.
My daughter and my grandson and my son-in-law called me and, you know, sang happy birthday during the break. And, of course, I had to put them off on Trey. But somebody asked me at work this morning, said, well, how old are you? I said, 37.
And so they didn't obviously know. How has practice been this week? It's been wet. Did you practice inside
We did have to go inside yesterday. We went out today. You know, it was wet outside today. Felt like we had a pretty good practice. It was difficult at times to simulate some things offensively because, you know, Brandon McClary is getting so many reps right now on our defensive line. And with Dylan Hoffman out still, you know, as being our primary backup center, you know, we're experimenting on scout team with several different guys who were struggling with effectiveness on snapping the ball.
Right.
And but we came up with a little wrinkle to alleviate that and just eliminated the snap and let the quarterback start off with the ball in his hands. And, you know, we started flowing a little bit better. It forced our defensive linemen especially to be a little bit more disciplined because now they had to go on movement instead of the ball. And, you know, it worked out pretty good.
We sort of become like Ohio State. You had KJ Thorpe in there on Friday night, Andre Pegues. Who's graded out higher? Are you going to continue to use them both? Or was it just point where I know Andre had hurt his shoulder that KJ came in as well? So.
Well, you know, Andre right now is our starting quarterback. KJ figures in heavily, not just at quarterback, but we're working KJ at tailback. We're working KJ at receiver. You know, KJ's a gifted athlete, and he possesses the capability to contribute in multiple roles because of his athleticism. And unlike a lot of kids in our program, KJ's played football for a long time, so the football savvy piece of it is there for him, and which makes him more flexible. It makes him easy to be more interdimensional or multidimensional as far as being able to put him in different spots. He did a couple times today have a question or two when he had to line up as a wide receiver out of the backfield, and of course it was a quick answer and he absorbed it quickly and we moved on. But KJ figures in. It depends a little bit on personnel package that we're in and what we're trying to do as far as whether or not, you know, KJ will be taking the snap or whether Andre will be taking the snap.
From week one to now, I gotta say it seems that those two are sort of matured. They've grown up a little bit. They've had to, but they've gotten better, it seems.
Well, I tell you, the maturity that the feet brings about is it's absolute, and it's certainly as absolute as the maturity that consistent victory brings about. But with consistent victory, sometimes, especially early, with where we are at our program, I wonder if we had been more successful early on, if that would have potentially fostered a little bit of the big head or some overconfidence.
Right.
Whereas adversity would, you know, be able to humble us. And but facing adversity week in and week out and responding to it the way we have, and our kids continuing to show up and work the way that they have, I'm very proud of them. And we still have a lot of work to do, and they know that.
Yeah. Well, Coach, that's it. Friday night, Purnell Swett. They're in here tomorrow for the JV game. We're going to leave it there. We're going to go right into the Ask the Coach segment coming up right after this.
Don't forget the East-West. The
East-West Hope Middle tomorrow is a rivalry game, but now you got three middle schools, which is convenient because Sandy Grove and East Hope played last week. You watched that game as you saw the seniors. I think Sandy Grove has 14 eighth graders.
They do.
I call them seniors, but they're rising ninth graders. Seniors as far as middle school that are coming that are coming to us. So that figures in well, and there were some playmakers out there. Have you had a chance to look at the film, or have you at Sandy Grove Middle School?
I have looked at it, and you know, like you said, they've got some impressive looking kids. Having visited all three middle schools now and talked briefly with the kids and the coaches, we are preparing them for the inevitability of us working it out so that we can get them in our strength program hopefully 2 days a week, if not by the second semester, before the second semester, by the second semester.
Right, and as you go into the freshman combine and everything.
Correct. Well, but the thing is if we can get them in our strength program after school 2 days a week, the combine takes care of itself. There will be no need for a combine because we'll have all the numbers on them that we need.
Right. All the measurables. Okay, Coach, we'll be right back after this for the Ask the Coach segment.